Guys, I did not shoot any film of me eating any kind of plant-based food the entire time I was in Nashville, and that's inappropriate. It's uncalled for, and I apologize. So for today's special episode, you're going to get to see not only me eat this banana that is good for me. How do I know that? Because it came with a sticker that said good for me. Good for you, actually. These are good for you. If you're not eating 4 to 5 of these a day, you might want to revisit your health plan. Not only do you get to see me eat this banana, but at the end of our short video today, you're going to get to see me devour an entire plateful of whole food, plant-based food as well. Happy Monday! Welcome to the show. Dan and Angela Udy heading to a repair job for an apartment complex that we work for. You're going to get to see us do 2 repairs, and by us, I mean Angela is going to be doing 2 repairs by herself for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead and mash the thumbs up. Leave a comment below of your favorite part. And of course, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel. I'm about to drive off the road. And ring the bell so you get notified every time we publish new content. Thanks for watching. So Angela had no idea what she was doing at all. Actually, she said, I can't do this. And I said, yeah, you can. How many times have you seen me do this? And so she tried, and she actually did a really, really good job considering she's never done this before. So this was her first time. I was incredibly proud. This corner here, it got ate up by a pet, probably a cat or something. Looks like they were digging in the corner. But yeah, this was amazing to watch her. It's one thing to watch her clean, which is just incredible, or do bleach spot repairs. Very, very cool. But to see her actually grab that knife and start chopping into this carpet, unbelievable. Very, very proud moment for me. So you can see here, after she cut out that entire corner of frayed out and damaged carpet, she grabbed this piece of remnant, which of course doesn't match at all. I mean, it's not even close, but you know, who cares, right? It's an apartment, number one, and number two, it's going in a closet, so it doesn't, it doesn't really matter. It's just covering up a hole in a closet, the corner of a closet. But regardless, she used that remnant to kind of gauge the idea of how big of an area that she needed, a little template, if you will, and then she very carefully, tactfully removed that piece with the razor and made sure it fit perfectly. And it did. I mean, perfectly. So she did a great job. And then she takes that piece, while she trims up the edges here, getting off all the little loose frayed parts. But then you're going to see her take that remnant and into the closet, and she's going to use that to remove the piece from the closet that's going to match perfectly in the corner of this living room here. So Angela and I did these 2 repairs here in this apartment, and then after this apartment, we actually contacted the office, and they had one more apartment that needed a repair. So we went to that apartment, and I did that one, and we were in and out of the entire thing in about an hour. I think we generated just over $250 doing those 3 repairs, which is pretty good money considering. And then we did 4 additional estimates and 1 other repair job on the other side of town. So overall, a very, very productive morning with Angela. I really enjoyed working with her today. We had a very, very busy day, over 15 scheduled stops at the beginning of our day. We did, thank goodness, have one of them rescheduled.
What do you mean do it first? I would put the carpet in place. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, repair this one first. Not repair it, just put it in there. No, because you got to do another whole other piece.
Some of the feedback that we got in Nashville while we were there hanging out with a lot of our friends that had seen the YouTube videos that we've been making, most of the feedback we got was that people want to see more Angela and less Dan. Now, I've been saying this from the beginning, but now I think Angela's finally starting to believe it.
In here? You go a little bit farther. Here? Yeah, that's perfect. The same? No, this one I would only go from here to here. Yep, that's it.
So after Angela removed the piece from the closet, she went ahead and brought it out to the living room and prepared the spot by placing seaming tape in the area where this permanent bonded insert is going to be placed.
Let me show you how I do that. No, it sure doesn't. So the way I do it is, first of all, you want this tape half on, so the black line should be showing right there. Oh, and then you want to take this, match it up edge to edge, like that, before you do anything. That'll be fine once you get the glue hot and then use the seaming tool. But I wouldn't worry about this or this yet. I would get these two edges really well first, and you can trim that up, which looks like you're going to have to, but first thing first, yeah. Do that? The way I like to do it is actually go like this, and then just put your iron right there. Hold it down. Twice. Yeah, you hold it down until it beeps, and then I pick it up, straight up and down, and then I put it right back down for another about 10 seconds, just to make sure that the glue completely melts, you know. Can you do it more?
Then, of course, we use a wet towel, as seen here, and a very hot iron. And, of course, that's going to produce steam, which will melt the adhesive on that seaming tape and fix this issue.
And then put it right back down. There you go. Yeah, because if you don't pick it up like that, it won't reset. Well, unfortunately, I see like 5 or 6 other corners that are in need of repair. Like, it seems like every corner here has some kind of issue, you know.
And then after we've melted the glue by using the steam and the iron, of course, you just saw Angela basically take that tool called a seam roller and roll that seam. And what that does is it's got little spikes that basically pull the adhesive back into the primary and secondary backing of the carpet, making for a really, really strong seal. And this is more or less the same exact procedure that you would have an installer use when they butt up seam to seam, basically attaching different pieces of carpet together.
Stair tool and smash that edge in. Looks good. Will do.
So the next spot we had was actually in this bedroom. There were several areas that we probably could have repaired in this apartment. These were just the only two that we were aware of prior to showing up. So this one's actually like a hole right in the middle of the bedroom, as you can see here pretty clearly. And of course, because of that, it is a little bit more challenging than one in the corner. See, the cool thing about doing one in the corner is that, of course, 2 of the 4 edges or sides are pretty much predetermined for you already. And actually, you can be a little bit less exact with a piece that's going in the corner, only because 2 of the edges or 2 of the sides are basically being smashed down with a stair tool against the baseboard or between the baseboard and the tack strip or tack list. So you probably noticed there I cheated and I did cut out that little square for Angela just to help her out a little bit, but then showed her how I would line that up with the remnant. And this is actually the same piece that we pulled out of the living room, and what we're doing is using the corner that was unaffected as the other remnant for this bonded insert. So pretty neat little trick that we learned on this one. And you can see that she did a really good job cutting it out, but still ended up being just a little bit too big, or a little bit bigger than the one that was removed, which is fine. It's much better to cut the first pass a little bit bigger, because you can always trim it up like I just did right there and get it down to size relatively easy. But if you cut it too small to begin with, of course, that's when you run into problems.
I usually go from about there, and then the way I'll put it in this folder.
And you may have heard me just say there that I do prefer to fold the tape in half a little bit. And here I'll trim the edge off there so that it's glue to glue. Makes it easier to kind of fold it up like that when you put it in there and slide it into place. Again, you want tape on all 4 sides, all 4 of those edges, prior to taking the iron and the wet towel, warming that up, because in essence what that adhesive is just like hot glue. So as soon as you put that steam to it, it goes ahead and immediately starts to melt that. Not sure if you noticed, but what we do to make sure that the adhesive is completely melted is after the iron beeps, which is a very nice feature with these irons, but after it beeps, we actually pick the iron up upright and then immediately lower it back down for an additional 5 to 10 seconds.
Push down a lot harder when you do this roller, because more deliberate. There you go. And then I would go the other direction. So you just went like this, so I would go like that.
So Angela has probably watched me and or several of our other technicians perform permanent bonded inserts, I would guess no less than several dozen times, but this is the first time she's ever actually done each and every part of the bonded insert process, which is pretty awesome that we captured it on film, and even better that she ended up doing a really, really good job completing these repairs. Hands down, by far the best part of today is that now she probably has enough confidence to go and do these type of repairs completely solo and do an amazing job. All right, so Angela just got done doing her first two permanent bonded inserts all by herself, and what did you think about it?
I like the way that one looks.
What about the other one? You don't like the other one?
It's just a little, the color's a little off because, I don't know, it just looks a little off. No, but I think I did great.
You did great for your first time.
Yeah.
Good job. We got sprouts. We got 4 different kinds of beans. We got spinach, lettuce, kale, brown rice, soy curls, and some vegan sour cream that I made out of cashews. Delicious. So today is the 27th day in a row of my eating really clean and healthy. So I'm super proud of myself because I was able to get it through the entire trip to Nashville. We packed a huge cooler full of plant-based whole foods, and the worst thing I ate the entire time I was there was Angela's potato skin from a baked potato that she had a little bit of butter on it. But other than that, I ate really, really clean the entire time. Unfortunately, the same thing cannot be said for Cole. He ate dead animal flesh, not one day, not 2 days, but every single day we were out of town. Cole ate dead animal flesh. And I told Warren that, and my son Warren was really distraught. He asked if we kicked Cole out. He said, "Did you have to kick him out of there?" I said, "No, but if you eat meat, we're kicking you out." Angela got really upset by this. Just one thing, if my children decide to experiment with some heroin or crack cocaine later on in life, but where I draw the line is dead animal flesh. That is absolutely, completely unacceptable, and I will not tolerate it in my house.